We're here at Matt and Alison Plunkett's farm, which is in the hills above Longwood. And Matt, would you give us a bit of background about the property, history of it, what you run?
So we've only had this farm for about 2 years. Well, I was a cropping farmer up at Mulwala, New South Wales, but I did grow up had a family farm in the area for 50 years. So I've sort of come home to the granite valleys where hopefully it rains more, which it has done this year, and take some of the risk out of our farming. So we've got about 1,800 acres that we own, and then we lease a couple of hundred acres here. We're running about 3,000 merino ewes at the moment, and joining most of them to Suffolk or Dorset, but we will put merinos over to replace, and that's all about cash flow at the moment. Could change as things go along, and I trade in cattle when I think there's value in it, and there's not at the moment for us that I can see.
Matt, can you perhaps give us a bit of background about the paddocks that we've got in the trial, what you know about them? I know it's been, you haven't been here all that long, but would you describe the paddocks and how they perform?
Yeah, they're probably, if you drove around this farm, they'd be in the better to average of our paddocks, probably in that they don't have a lot of rock, and you can, say, cut hay or sow something pretty easily in them. They, I would have said, the main trial paddock, it was had lots of open spaces, so I've only been able to put fertiliser on it for obviously the 2 years, but I would have been concerned that it just wasn't a bulk of feed there, and that our control paddock, it was a thicker paddock, but equally, when I first came here I thought, oh, this is a good paddock, so I put double super on, and I couldn't tell you the stocking rate, but it definitely carries stock well, and that's the potential of the place. But I'm also wary of, you've got to spend the dollars to make the dollars. Might be nice to spread the fertiliser, but it's does actually have to grow grass. Whereas the trial paddock didn't have anything there to make it worthwhile. The double fertiliser.
And so the reason you're involved in this project. What are the questions that you wanted to answer? What were you looking for? What was some of the things that you thought might be able to come out of this project?
I'm probably the project, because I was cropping, I was used to a bit of variable rate information, but we used to, we could do soil sample, see our soil type, and harvest, so we got, you could actually see what you were getting off a paddock. So that's what interests me in the grazing part of it. And obviously we're hilly and undulating, and I would say in this farm, some spots really desperately need some sort of fertiliser or lime, and I know that we all know that it's acidic country, so I'm just trying to learn how to spend the dollars in the best place, and without actually hurting the soil too much too. A bit of it is, I don't really want to go and plough a paddock up and sow it down. I'd really like to put the fertiliser on, grow what's there, get the most out of that, maybe do a bit of spray topping and spray grazing, and see what we can get out of the paddock that way first, without sowing new pastures yet. Because I think the pastures are there, we're seeing it this year already, the clover's come back, and we can see phalaris in the trial paddock that we didn't see last year.
So Matt, as a result of your involvement in this, have you done anything differently? Has it influenced the way in which you've approached the operation of the farm?
Because of it, I've actually got a soil test guy in now doing precision, what I'd call soil tests on a more precision basis. We're not doing it on the quarter hectare, we're doing it on 1 hectare things on some paddocks. We'll go around the farm, particularly the poorer paddocks, and we'll do soil tests. So it's taught me that, and in the back of my mind, because I've seen the results of the potash and the lime here, we're going to concentrate on whether the lime should be spread or potash should be spread, and maybe not phosphorus for a start.
Proudly supported by the Gecko Clan Network, Meridian Agriculture, Agriculture Victoria, and the Australian Government.